Shalom, my brothers and my sisters. It is your brother Wild Israelite from the tribe of Issachar. I give all praises to Ahaya, Bashim Yishai, in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Okay. It's been a while since we last been up on here, guys. And, today, as everybody gets in the spirit, okay, of Halloween, Thanksgiving, and even Christmas, okay, we're going to be going through the Bible verses and what the Most High wants of us, okay, because, as many times, the pastors and everybody in these Bible seminary schools, they say that, oh, the law's been away with, we don't have to deal with the law no more because, the law was meant for the Old Testament Jews, okay. See, man is providing the doctrine, okay. Man is providing a doctrine in which people are being confused, okay. And a lot of people out there are being confused based off of man's doctrine, like for instance today, which is Sunday, okay. A lot of people were at church, okay. And most people are to be keeping the Sabbath day holy, okay. And they're not following along with, the scriptures and, what the Most High wants us to do, okay, as a people, okay. As the scripture says, open wide is the road that leads to destruction, and narrow is the path, okay, and very few that find it, okay. And on top of that, many are called and few are chosen, okay. So, I am going through struggles just like many of you guys are, we're all trying to endure temptations. We're all going through trials, okay. And we're all trying to, get through this as a nation, okay. But just let you guys know, the nation of Israel, we should never give up, okay. That's what a lot of people, they find inspiring about me, I had brothers and sisters say, I love that you have so much faith, Jose. And other brothers, say, like, you never give up, and so, I'm going to stick with that same mindset, I'm going to keep going, and I'm going to just keep fighting to the end, okay? And so, that's what the book of Matthew chapter 24, it says, he that endureth to the end, the same shall be saved, okay? But, like I say, your modern day Christianity, okay, they have so many denominations. You got your Methodists, you got your Lutherans, you got your Pentecostals, your Baptists, okay, you have your Seventh-day Adventists, and then you got, your other churches, and everybody says that they all separated from the Catholic Church, but yet they have three things in common, okay. They claim that the Sabbath day is for Sunday, okay, and that Christ rose on Sunday. Yeah, they say that that Christ is the Most High God, okay, and they believe in what's the other one? I think it's the Trinity or something like that, okay, that they are all equal, okay, and oh yeah, this is the thing that popped up in my mind, okay. So they all believe that that Christ rose on the first day of the week, okay. They all believe, that Christ is the Most High God, and they all believe in the Immaculate Conception, meaning that Christ was born without a father, okay? Those are the three things that a lot of these Sunday church pastors are preaching to their congregation and saying, and they're getting all their doctrines from the Catholic Church, okay? So I'm going to read you guys a precept, okay? It's in Isaiah chapter 29, okay? Isaiah chapter 29, and we will look at verse 13, okay? And it says right here in Isaiah chapter 29, verse 13, it says, wherefore the Lord said, for some as the people draw near with their mouth, and with their lips do honor me, but they have removed their heart far from me, and the fear toward me is taught by the precept of men. Okay? So, a lot of these pastors out there in these Sunday churches, they're teaching people how to love the Most High with their mouth. Okay? And, and that's where a lot of our people that are ignorant are going off in error because, they're thinking that the whole entire body is supposed to be about love, which is true. And they say that the Most High is just all love, okay? And that the Most High is all love. But they're all forgetting, okay? They're all forgetting this one little simple area, okay? Okay? Psalms chapter 5, verse 5 says, "The foolish shall not stand in thy sight. Thou hatest all workers of iniquity." Okay? So that there is a balance, okay, in which, we're supposed to be equal, okay? The scripture says that a false balance is an abomination to the Most High, okay? So you can't be a Christian and say, my faith will outdo my works, okay? So we need to keep things balanced, just as, the law and grace, your grace cannot be higher than the law, okay? And vice versa, the law can't be higher than grace, okay? And that's what a lot of people are struggling to understand inside the scripture because they're going off in error, and their preachers, their pastors, their priests, or whatever's teaching them the scriptures, they're going off in error. And that's how they honor people with their mouth and not with actions, okay? The Most High is looking for those, okay? Is looking for those that want to keep the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High God, okay? And the testimony of Christ. And we all know what the testimony of Christ is. It's not only the blood, okay? And that's what a lot of Christians, they fail to examine, okay? Yes, the blood is the most important, but the seeking the way into the kingdom, okay? You need to be born again, okay? Born again means, you need to have water baptism, okay? When I was in my ignorance as, a Sunday pagan Christian, I taught many times, okay? Because I used to be a Sunday Christian teacher, whatever, okay? On Facebook and parts of it on YouTube, okay? I also taught that you don't need the water to go into your salvation, but I was actually wrong, okay? So I had to reread the scriptures and be retaught, okay? So I had to go back to the milk, okay, and be relearned, okay? And that's another scripture we're going to go to real quick. Hold on. I think it's Hebrews. I'm just going off and what the Spirit is going off and telling me right now real quick. Hold on. So go to Hebrews real quick. Hebrews chapter, I think it's 5, I believe. Let me see. Yep, Hebrews chapter 5, okay, verse 12, it says, "For when the time ye ought to be teachers, ye have that need that one teach you again, which be the first principles of the oracles of the Most High, and are become such as need of milk and not of strong meat." Okay, so that was me when I was in the Sunday pagan Christianity church era, okay? And I was that type of person where, I was like really strict. I went to church, every Sunday. Also I, was still eating pork, shrimp, crab, lobster, all that stuff, And I was, I was also, okay, believing in the rapture, okay. I was also believing in the rapture, saying that, and then all of a sudden, I started watching a few different teachings of the GOCC, and they started going into the breakdown to it, and it was just a whole understanding, okay? And so my understanding from as of today, from back then, is a whole lot higher, okay? So I went from over here in the Christian church to over here with my understanding, because the Most High, has given me the wisdom and the understanding. Okay. But anyways, okay. So let's get into the understanding. Okay. What these holidays that are coming around. Okay. Let's go to Amos chapter 5. See, this is the thing. When the pastors say that the law is done away with, that means we don't have, they're saying that we don't have to follow the feast days. Okay? And now we should go and follow, like the holidays that are celebrating today, like Easter, Valentine's Day, Martin Luther King Day, Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas. Okay? So a lot of those things. So in other words, okay, we're following things that are taught by the precepts of men. And also in Colossians chapter 2 verse 8 it says, beware lest a man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit, after the rudiments of this world and not after Christ. So Christ never taught the holidays that we are celebrating, like Halloween, Easter, Thanksgiving, Christmas. Okay? Christ never taught those inside the scriptures, because if he did, then we would have our backup key information to go out there and present to you people. Okay? And so that's very important. Okay? So this is what the Most High has to say about our feast days. Okay? So Amos chapter 5. Okay? Amos chapter 5 verse 21 says, I hate, I love, no, it says, I hate, I despise your feast days, and I will not smell in your solemn as assemblies. Okay? I hate. Notice it says, it doesn't say I love your feast days. The Most High says, I hate your feast days. Okay? I despise your feast days, and will not smell your solemn assemblies. Verse 22 says, do you offer me burnt offerings, and your meat offerings? I will not accept them, neither will I regard the peace offering or your fat beast. Okay? What do we do on Thanksgiving? We get the big old giant pig. We get the turkey. Okay? We get all these foods. The yams, is representative of the blood. Okay? Yes, turkey is healthy for us, but for us to eat the turkey on Thanksgiving Day, okay, it's totally opposite. We're not supposed to be doing it. Okay? We're supposed to be fasting against those days. Okay? So that means when we're fasting against those days, we're not agreeing to the God that provided that day, which is Satan. Okay, the God of this world, this earth. Okay? The Most High will send Christ back to regain the earth. Okay, just so you guys remember, okay? Remember on the Lion King, okay? Remember when Mufasa, he was the king, okay? And then he was going to pass his kingship to Simba, correct? And then Scar, he killed Mufasa, and he told Simba to run away and never return, okay? So the wicked came in and set up his wickedness, okay, his wicked kingdom with the hyenas to overtake the whole the Pride lands, okay? And then as the time being, Simba was trying to regain his roar, okay? And that's where he met Pumbaa and Timon, okay? And then from then, Simba, he finally figured out who he was, okay? And now he came back to fight the wicked, okay, and regain that righteous kingdom, okay? It's the same thing that's going on today, We're living in a wicked kingdom right now. Just as Job chapter 9 verse 24, it says that the earth was given into the hand of the wicked, okay? And so, Judah, okay, they're trying to find their roar. They're trying to find out who they are, because Judah, okay, they will be the ones to lead us back into the land, okay? I'm talking for the whole nation of Israel, the 12 tribes of Israel. Judah, okay, will be our main brothers that leads back into the kingdom. Okay, starting with Christ. Okay, starting with Christ. Alright, so Amos chapter 5, verse 21 to 23. Okay? Verse 23 says, Take thou away from me the noise of thy songs, for I will not hear the melody of thy viols. So that is giving you a clear picture of what's going on in our feast days. Okay? So we're offering meat offerings. Okay? And we're also singing on those days. Okay? So it gives you a clear picture of what we're doing and the Most High hates. Okay? So that should give you a clear picture what side we're choosing when we're celebrating these holidays. Okay? Another name for these is helladays. Okay? Because, like I said, the Most High never gave us Halloween, which is a high satanic ritual sacrifice of Children Day, giving the children to Moloch. Okay? See, we're going way off, people. We need to regain. Okay? Here's another one. Go to Isaiah chapter 1. Isaiah chapter 1. Isaiah chapter 1, we'll look at verses 12 and 13. Okay? And it says right here, Isaiah chapter 1, verses 12 and 13. Okay? When ye come to appear before me, who hath required this at your hand to tread my courts, bring no vain obligations, incense is an abomination unto me. The new moons and Sabbaths is calling of assemblies. I cannot away with it, and his iniquity is solemn to meeting. Okay? So when we're praying, our prayer becomes an abomination when we're praying on these feast days. Okay, like for instance, Thanksgiving. Okay? So when we're praying and giving thanks, okay, in our ignorance, when we're giving thanks to the Most High on Thanksgiving, okay, the Most High is not going to hear. Okay? The Most High is not going to hear us. Okay? I'm going to give you some more information on that one as well. Alright, so Proverbs chapter 28, verses 8. Okay? Proverbs 28 and 8. Okay? And it says right here, Proverbs chapter 28, verses 8 and 9. He that by usury and unjust gain increaseth his substance, he shall gather it for him, and will pity the poor. Verse 9 says, He that turneth away his ear from hearing the law, even his prayer shall be an abomination. Okay? Even his prayer shall be an abomination. Okay? So like I said, guys, when we're praying to the so-called God of this earth, which is Satan, on these holidays, the Most High God is not going to hear our prayer. So when we're praying at Thanksgiving dinner, okay, when everybody's gathered around, when we're praying, the Most High is not going to hear us. Okay? The Most High is not going to hear us. And especially, when pastors, they know about not eating pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. They know about this. They know the scriptures in Acts chapter 10. Okay? And then those that are unlearned, they'll sit there and look, well, see, it says, eat all the meats. But those that are studied will go to verse 28 and show them it was speaking about a Jew and a Gentile coming together. Okay? So that's the difference between some people Because a lot of people out there, they have a Bible, but they don't read it. Okay, that's the simplest it can get. A lot of people, they stick to what the priest or what the pastor has to say to them. Okay, and the only time they hear the Bible is when they're going to church in ignorance. Okay, and so like I said, guys, we need to have this understanding. Okay, we need to have this understanding. Okay, so go to 1 Corinthians. 1 Corinthians chapter 10. 1 Corinthians chapter 10. Okay, verse 20 says, "But I say that the things which the Gentiles sacrifice, they sacrifice to devils, and not to the Most High." Okay, so that's what's going on when we're eating all these feasts. Okay, so when we're celebrating eating these dinners, first I'm gonna just keep bringing up Thanksgiving because it's a perfect example. Okay, so when we're praying, okay, when we're eating this turkey, we have to think back to where this turkey came from. Okay, so these wicked satanic people are praying on these turkeys. Okay, and then they're shipping them to the stores, and then we go out there and buy them. Okay, so these Gentiles are out there, they're praying wicked and sinful stuff into these turkeys those days. And us, out of ignorance, we're going out there and buying them in stores. Okay, and we're eating it. Okay, so pay attention when we sit here again. Okay, by saying that the things which the Gentiles sacrifice, they sacrifice to devils, and not to the Most High. And I would not that ye should have fellowship with devils. Okay, it is not saying that all Gentiles are devils. So let's get that straight. Okay, so I don't want nobody getting offended. Okay, so a lot of people, like I said, a lot of us are in ignorance. Okay, but the things, the Gentiles outside of the nation of Israel, they were never given the law, so they can eat whatever they want. But since they're running the earth today, look at how the earth's condition is today, and then they're over the pulpits, and they have the Bible in front of their pulpit stand. Okay, but that's not to stop you guys. The Bible is absolutely true. Okay, just because the pastor has a Bible in front of him, he can twist things up. Okay, you need to search it precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little and there a little. Just as the formula says in Isaiah 28, 9 and 10. Okay, this verse 21 says, "You cannot drink of the cup of the Lord, okay, and the cup of devils. You cannot be partakers of the Lord's table and the table of devils. Do we provoke the Lord to jealousy? Are we stronger than He?" Okay, so that gives you a clear example. If you want to be hot for the Most High, then you stop celebrating these holidays. Okay, if you want to stick to the very end, okay, you need to have this understanding, correct? Because you can't be lukewarm. Okay, you can't sit at the table with the Most High and hold hands with the devil in the back. Okay, you can't be doing that. The Most High will spew you out of His mouth. Okay, there's another one. Okay, the Christmas tree. See, a lot of people, like I said, out of ignorance, I used to be one of them, celebrating Christmas. This is the only place inside the scriptures where it speaks clearly, very visual about Christmas. Okay, Jeremiah chapter 10. Okay, and so, like I said, guys, this is very important, especially you Hebrew Israelites. Okay, you so-called Negroes, you so-called Mexicans, Native Americans, and all the other indigenous brothers from all four corners of the earth and sisters. Okay, we need to have this understanding. We need to be the light to the Gentile, and we need to have these precepts. Okay, we need to have these precepts in order to teach the earth. Because one day we will be in rulership with Christ. Okay? So we need to get over these humps, these trials and tribulations. We need to do right. We need to be the light to the Gentile. Okay? We need to prophesy. We need to prophesy on these streets. We need to prophesy. Okay? Because when the nation of Israel is prophesying, the more time will speed up. And we won't have to be in oppression no more. Okay? So let's keep prophesying. Okay? Because this earth needs to change real bad. Okay? Praying for the brothers and sisters over there in California, with the PG&E power outage. I hope everything's going okay. If you guys need anything, let me know. Alright? Jeremiah chapter 10. Okay? This is a very important chapter right here. Okay? It says, in verse 1, it says, "Hear ye the word which the Most High speaketh to you." Okay? So hear ye the word the Most High speaketh unto you, the listener. "O house of Israel." So this is speaking about the nation of Israel. "Thus said the Most High, learn not the way of the heathen. Learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed